Hello everybody and welcome back to Tuesday's vlog. Like I mentioned, these are all out of sync, so more than likely the weeks I'm watching these will more than likely be a week or so beforehand, because I'm just behind with things, just the way it's going at the minute. Hope you've all had a good weekend. Been a not bad for us actually. We had a nice day at Bowlam Lake up in the country with the dogs. That was fantastic. Sunday, what did I do Sunday? I did a few bits and bobs with the van when I had a spare bit of time. No, I didn't. That was a lie. That was on Monday, yesterday. Today's Tuesday. Sunday, I took my little girl out on the metros. So I went up to Bankfoot near Newcastle Airport, got on the metro. I was a transfer on, of course. There was one section of the track not working. So she got to go on a big double-decker bus for a transfer. We went around Jesmond, Gosforth, God knows what. And then we had the day in Newcastle, which was fantastic. Just a nice chill day. Me and her took her upstairs in Phoenix, where they've got the big Lego play area for the kids and stuff. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and to be quite honest, so did I. It was just a nice day out, just me and her. Sometimes the two of them's a bit too much. So, yeah, there we go. Anyways, on to the work, and an absolute little minter I've got in here. I'll show you this one better when it's off the lift, but I just want to show you underneath. A Corolla. But not any normal Corolla. Rare as hen's teeth to start with. It's the 2-litre D4D. These things move, and they are quite a nice car to drive. Bit heavy at the front end, but these 2-litre D4Ds, this range of them, before the 1AD and the 2AD come along, I forgot what these are again. These are the FH. I can't remember the figures, but these are the proper old school D4Ds. They're still common rail, as you can see. In fact, there's what I just changed on my van. They were problematic on these, a suction control valve. Cracking cars, but it's got the full body kit on, which would only mean one thing: it's the SR. Very, very rare. Factory tinted windows, spoiler, enough but not too much. But you know what it is? They do the VVTLI, the 190, the Corolla 190. I'm not joking you, these diesels with a good stage 1 remap, they're not going to be, so to speak, on paper as quick, but in torque and real life figures, these are actually more desirable, tuned up a bit than one of them VVTIs, because you don't pay the massive tax, you haven't got insane fuel costs to run. These are the ones. These are the way forward. Absolutely fantastic. Nice big turbo down the back of the engine there. All nice and simple, vacuum controlled, no nonsense. And the biggest thing with this, guys, which I can't believe personally, well, we'll have a quick look on the inside, which I will show you better outside later. It is absolutely immaculate, this thing. It still smells new, and the history that he showed us is unbelievable. But the biggest thing with this, it's a diesel, so you'd expect it to have 100 or so 1,000 mile on, wouldn't you? Let's just get this switched on. Are you reading that right? 37,000 mile. And this interior, it's immaculate. Everything's still there. Everything still works. But a 37,000 mile SR diesel Corolla on a late 56, 2006. Not many of them around, guys. Not many at all. But what I'm going to show you now, so just bear with us. But like I keep reminding you, this car ain't bad, but like I keep reminding people, don't always base your facts and figures off mileage and how a car looks on the surface. Because underneath, this isn't bad, by the way, I will claim this is very good. But remember, this is why you should always get your car protected. This is why, if you value your car and you're genuinely a kind of, an enthusiast with your car, don't run it through the winters. But look, we caught the bottom of these shockers, they're not leaking or anything, but they still get the corrosion. So when you look at that Mercedes that Chris has bought off us underneath, you know, it's the corrosion still all, don't worry, that looks bad, it is solid. This car's in for MOT. It is perfectly fine. The front subframe, see, the arms. So all this doing very few miles and then just dumping a car in a garage does them no good. As you see, we've coated all the bits on there. The brake pipes up there we've coated. We're going to spray all this with some temporary grease for now, but he's going to get it in once this bit of salt stops off the road, and we'll get it properly lango guarded or wax oiled. But you can see, you know, just don't think that because your car's low mileage and all the rest of it, that, you know, it's all good times. But look at this full stainless steel Toyota exhaust. Full stainless steel system from the factory these had. Obviously this is stainless steel, it'll just get hot if you want to polish this up, it will come up like a mirror finish. Good old fashioned cat, no DPF nonsense on it. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to quickly get it on the MOT board and I'll do a quick walk around of it just later on when it's in the yard. What else have we got in? The Altier, I've just bought this home. This has been here over the weekend. Just want to check my tyre pressures. This left hand back brake, I had a new caliper on when I just bought it. I don't know what the hell that is. Bit of wax oil or something. It's quite a newish caliper. I'm just wondering if the pads are getting tight or something like that. So I'm just going to have a quick look, because the other side's the new caliper I fitted. This one I just been fitted a year ago, just over a year ago when I got the car. Hopefully it's not the caliper. It might just be a slide or something like that. So I'm just going to have a quick look at that when I get a moment. And the other thing I want to do, which I think I showed you on Friday, this EGR, as you know, this has been remapped and the EGR has been deleted out. They can still there's no problems with it, but the guy with the remapping come along the other day, and there was a car with a slight hick on it, and he had already been remapped out and everything. He says, we'll just add the blanking plates to them, because they can still sometimes cause some bother. I'm thinking, my Altier's got like 170,000 miles. I know it's been deleted out. So I've just went and bought this off me mate on eBay. Fantastic guy. If anybody wants a link, let us know. He does them for anything. Full custom made, laser cut stainless steel plate with the ends cut off like that. So you don't even have to take the pipe off. You're just slacking it. Sorry guys, the delivery driver come there. So yeah, what I've just took the cover off. So obviously the EGR on this is here. This has now been deleted, so obviously, as you know, this never opened, so there's constantly gases coming through to here, and it's just whether or not that... I've never had it off on this car, cleaned it up, bothered with it. So if this is ever getting stuck slightly open or anything, it's letting gases in when it shouldn't. And that was a Cougar, that Cougar had a hick, and the guy's like, I'll fix it, I'll just put a blanking plate in. So I thought, do you know what it is? Since this has been remapped and had the EGR deleted, for the sake of this plate, for 3-4 quid, stainless steel, just slacking those two like hex keys are weird things, and you just slot it in and retighten it back up, and that's it. 100% mechanically blanked and 100% digitally blanked. And it's these weird little things here which I didn't think I had. I've just been searching off camera, so I'm going to quickly do that. Once I've done that, the brake, and this is going back home. I'm bringing the van in. There's a few things I want to do for that in between bits of free time through the week, which I get here separately. My partner's car, Holly's Astra, it sounds like it's going to take off and she's lost her speedo. So this here, a hub, SKF hub for it. £105, they're bloody expensive now. They only used to be like 60-70 quid. So my little trick here is, I've ordered this from Europarts, and this is the proper SKF number, which I know it's the right one, VKB83651. I'm just going to bang that number onto eBay. And you always, like, as you know, I'm just getting that 700 quid EGR valve for the van for 70 quid. You never know who's selling one. Sorry, it's a waste of time phone call. I get sick to death of those. So yeah, you never know. Somebody might have bought one of these brand new, sold their car, not got around to fitting it, selling it for 20 quid, whatever. So you're always worth banging in that original SKF number. And hopefully she'll get one cheaper than that. If she can that one's just going to have to be fitted. But I have a little trick. If I get a spare few minutes this week, see, as long as I order a genuine SKF one exactly the same as that, as soon as I get 2 minutes this week, I can bang that one on. Then as soon as me one comes, Tivers, the SKF one, I can stick that back in that box and return it. Shh, keep that quiet, but there's nothing wrong with doing that, because there's a difference between us ordering a flipping Mickey Mouse one and putting a Mickey Mouse one back in the box, but I'll be using that exact number and getting that exact bearing, therefore meaning the bearing we use out that box goes onto the car, but when the SKF bearing comes in exactly the same box, it just goes back into that box with their tag on, it goes back. But you shouldn't do that, but it's like, it's exactly, as long as it's the same product, never been touched, never been used, brand new, sealed in a bag, which it will be, like a security sealed bag, not wrong with it. It just means I can get the car done instead of having to wait for the postage, which could take a week. But we'll see what happens. I personally don't know if we'll find another one cheaper, so it'll more likely be that one that gets fitted. My dad's just away picking up something, a Yaris I think, with a noise on it. It's been in a few times, nothing interesting. There's a few other things coming in this afternoon. Let's have a look here. Yeah, they're due to come in, the other ones. Bit of a frost this morning. Pure white, look at that. Just with the sun, it's amazing how quick the sun can thaw things out. Just that exact line there between winter wonderland, summer's day. Nice signs of spring coming walking in this morning. The daffodils just pointing up. Forgot what they call them. Went round Bowlam Lake, those little white flowers. Something, I don't know what they're called, just the little white things. They were starting to sprout out. Lovely to see everything come back to life. I love spring, one of my best times of year, to be quite honest. So, get this Corolla off. It's just in for MOT. It's been pre-checked. Everything's all good. Advisory to get it wax oiled. And I'll come back to you when it's off the lift. Catch you soon. Quick update, and it will be quick at that, guys, because my dad's just away doing a test drive. Right, so, Altier, just quickly. Engine cover off. And that's the blanking plate there. Just so any of you guys say, like, ooh, for an MOT. Right. Diesels, doesn't matter, right? It's all it is a smoke test. You just put the meter in the exhaust, rev the exhaust, and that's it. If there's any smoke comes out, it measures it. Well, I just wanted to show you, this is a 70,000 mile car. EGR is deleted. Stage 1 remap. And look at that exhaust in there. Look. Nothing. That's a diesel. Nothing. That's a petrol. Newer. And I can bet you, black. See that? All this bullshit with diesel. That's a Euro 5 diesel. Clean as you like. I know it's about nitrous oxide, NOx and everything. But that thing, 170,000 mile, running well over 200 brake horsepower. And look how clean them exhausts are. And I haven't just cleaned that, by the way, either, guys. Just bring that on. So there. So I just want to just say, it doesn't affect your MOT. And it says, yes, if there's any EGR equipment that's been found to have been altered with or adapted, then you can fail it as an MOT tester. But the EGR valve is still present. The pipe is still present. Now, unless you're going to get a magnifying glass and look in there and go, that's not a gasket, that's a blanking plate. You don't know that. You can't fail it. Therefore, you pass and move on. You do not know. That does not look nothing different to a gasket. But, anyways, this thing is sat on top anyway, so we'll just put it into place. You can't even see it anyway. So, just before any of you guys say anything, trust us, you can blank and delete your EGR off most diesels. It's if you just ended off removing this unit here and putting a straight through pipe on it, which a lot of people do, an EGR actual delete, which I'd never see the point of. You take this thing away and you just put a pipe and there's wires left hanging and everything, then it's a fail, obviously. Same with the DPF, if you just totally remove it and it's not there. But if you cut it open, put it back into place, and it looks fine, it's again pass and advise. And remember, we just use these little figures here. See that little 0.5 at the back there in the box? All I need to do on this car is just scratch that off. And this car goes from 0.5 to, I think, Dan, you've just done your MOT course, 1.5 on this year, because it's Euro 5. So by just scraping that off, you go from 0.5 to 1.5, you get an extra point of an emission, which is a lot, actually, for very much a lot for a diesel. And then you're straight up to the full, where we're like this Astra here, I don't think these have them on the chassis plates at this age, which it doesn't. No, it'll have it on the bonnet. It'll be like, I can't be bothered opening it because it'll catch all that. And that isn't another diesel just sitting round the hand. But like, for example, this Astra, with it being an older one, and I'm saying older, that's up to 08. Up to 08, you're allowed 3.0, and that's 0.5. Then after 08, it's 1.5, and then after 2014, I think it goes to 0.7 is the default value. So you just need to accidentally, I wouldn't even scratch it off, to be honest. All you need to do is just get a little black Sharpie and just put a mark on. As a tester, you're not allowed to alter with it. So the car's to go through at 1.5 rather than 0.5, what it says on the box. Keep that one quiet. But it's a fact, and it's legit. And as a tester, if you're presented with a vehicle with a missing plate or a defaced plate, or you can't read it, whatever that's classed as, you put it through as the default values, and they are the 3.0 up to 08, between 08 and 14, I think, it's 1.5. Don't quote us 100%. And then obviously after 14, which is Euro 6, thereabouts, it's 0.7 default value. Just thought I would say that. Anyways, got this Astra in. We're doing the ABS sensor on it. Just down here, as you can see, we're just getting it greased up. I've got it here, a genuine ATE one. And again, ATE is exactly what will be coming off that vehicle. It will have a genuine ATE one on it. Unfortunately, a Starline bearing has come, which my dad's lost his rag with because we're holding it up. It needs the new bearing on it. We want the SKF like that, which is an original equipment, or an FAG. So that's ready to go on this, due to when these things get an ABS fault on, set the engine management light, the ABS light, the traction control light, there's another light it puts on, it sends them absolutely berserk, puts them into low power modes and everything. So this is what's getting done for this. I've already mentioned about Holly. I feel terrible, she's driving around in it, and it sounds like a flipping an aeroplane going to take off, and she's got no speedo, having to use her phone, but we're that busy, I haven't had time. So that's why I'm getting this back home. So she can use the van if she wants, but I want to do a few jobs to the van, and she's not that keen of driving it, even though it's got the same engine as her car, and it's an Astra like her car. You know that, women. Oh, I don't want to drive a van. So she's insured to use any of the garage vehicles anyway. So that's a point. I just thought I'd put that on there. She's on the garage for domestic and business use. She can drive any of these cars I have. She's free to use all that, but she's got no interest. Such a waste. I bet you most of you guys wish you had that opportunity, just to buy any car you want and you can drive it. No faffing with insurance. You just put it into a database, that's it. But she couldn't care less. So there's an interest in that. But anyways, that's a reason why I've done this. So that's the EGR blanked off. I've just checked all the levels. I'm going to bang the engine cover back on. Quickly, when I get 2 minutes, take that wheel off, just quickly free the pads off, and then I'm going to take this home, bring the van back here. Then it means if I get a quick chance for her car, or I know I've got a bit of time or space, she can just take this to work one day through the week, and I'll bring her car here. And she's drove this all the time. She likes driving it, so she'll feel a lot more comfortable doing that. So I'll catch you soon, guys. I'll show you this Yaris when it comes. In fact, it's just pulling into the yard now, so I'm just going to give you a description of what we've got to deal with customers, with the old saying, Chinese whispers. We just don't know, basically. She's brought it in and she says, it's ground to a halt, nearly down to 5 miles an hour. It's making an absolutely horrendous noise. It won't move, it won't drive. We've just gone and started it up. My dad's just had it out. Sit there. It's got a bit of a squeaky belt, but that's it. We've had a look around it. Can't find nothing. We've got our suspicions it could be a brake shoe or something. Back brakes. So obviously by the sounds of what she was saying, obviously it had all the new ones, new calipers and all that. So by the sounds of it, it's new brakes. But when you open these brake drums, a bit like on my van, luckily everything was new on that, you open a can of worms. So once you open them and they drop to bits, you need to make sure you've got everything. So that's what I'm going to do now, is order wheel cylinders. What you can do now is buy pre-built brake shoes, and it saves a whole load of faffing about. I don't know if they'll be available for that, but want a brake shoe kit, everything, right down to handbrake cable sometimes, but it should be okay on this. But that's what it was, due to the amount of stuff we get coming in, and we've just got to work out a text message, which sounds like a riddle. And then you change something and they're like, oh no, it's not that. It's difficult sometimes, especially with people non-mechanically minded, trying to work out what they're meaning. But I think we've gotten to the bottom of it. So I'll catch you soon. I'm going to get on the phone now and order some bits for that. Just an update on the Astra. It's a very odd code. So first up, before going full hog, spend hundreds of pounds on bearings, we're going to do the sensor, because a lot of the time the codes come up immediately, i.e. before the car's actually moved, which is a big telltale that it could be the sensor. It's not 100%, but this genuine ATE sensor was next to nothing, and it would be silly not to change it. I just wanted to show you a few things. There you go. I don't know if the camera will zoom. See the top there, GM? See that bit there, GM? Then just down from that, ATE here. I don't know if you can see that better in the light. It's a bit difficult to try and show. Just to show you all, everybody who gets all excited about dealer parts and all the rest of it. Let's just get out here on the light, see if this shows it better. It's quite difficult for it to want to focus for some reason. I don't know why. But this, which we've just took off the car, is exactly the same. You can just see it there now. I'm actually going to put it onto some kind of a darker surface like that. There we go. There. GM. And just here. AT. I'll give that a little rub. You'll see it even better. There. AT in the same font as that. So it's a genuine Vauxhall one we've fitted. AT in the box at an absolute fraction of the price. But the good thing about it is they come with all these little clips. And if you get a cheap sensor, they don't come with them. So you can fit them perfectly how you want to. So therefore you can see the wire there. It's got the new clip there, new clip here, new clip there. And I'll just go and put the clips back into here, but you can see the plug and everything in there. And there's a big deal between just changing the sensor to actually doing it right, because if you let them hang and they catch, you'll end up causing yourself more problems. So I've just got two little studs to put back in. I'm going to give it a test drive. We're 50-50 on this one. If the sensor had been expensive, it would have had to do more investigation, but with these, they're a sealed hub. I'll try and show you in this box so you can see what I'm talking about. Got to replace all of this unit here, and it just gets very expensive for nothing. As you can see, the back there, that is the ABS pickup, which you can't see until you fully strip the hub down. So there is no real way of testing. We're going to go out and do the live data on it. But even if the sensor's faulty, a faulty sensor can also give you kind of dodgy readings, the same as a faulty pickup. So nice and easy. The sensor, believe it or not, I don't know how, come out, swapping, no problems. Easy enough job. It's worth doing as a plan A. The cheapest option first, and if the fault comes straight back on again, then we know we've got the bearing. But as it happens, a usual cock-up from Euro Parts have sent with a shitty Starline one, which, honestly, even if this car, for some reason, collapsed, I would still fit. If it was, depending on the price difference, I would not be fitting Starline wheel hubs. There's too much work involved for it to fit cheap. Hence, like with Holly's car there, I've got that one, the genuine one. Anything, absolutely anything, even if it's a banger on the road, you're just going to cause yourself problems with them. And if you're paying a garage, some garages now don't offer the warranty claims and the labour and stuff because it's too much hassle. So it's like, you get the warranty on the part, but if the part fails, you'd have to pay the labour again to get it changed. Rightly so, because why should we change something for free because a customer's decided to fit a cheaper part, which is why we only fit OE stuff. And touch wood, real wood, the bench, we actually don't get too many returns on failed parts. In fact, I'm trying to think, I'll ask my dad, apart from a battery, when was the last item we've had which we've had to get a warranty for? I can't remember, can you? Batteries? Batteries? And honestly, I'm talking flipping 10 year, maybe. Maybe it's the odd stupid thing with getting a lifetime. They used to offer lifetime warranties, but that's saying something. You see all the work we do, and we don't hardly do any warranty work on failed parts. Batteries, yes, but
one set of brake discs, one's for a squeal on a brake.
One set of brake pads when it was on a car that was getting hammered and stuff anyway. So there you go. I never thought to put that on my videos, but there you go. We don't have any warranty work or returns for dodgy parts because we use the right parts. You can't any other garage, mind, I can guarantee they'll be doing warranty work every day. Maybe not through work they've done, but 9 times out of 10, it'll be knackered cheap parts like them, like cheap bearings and stuff like that. So, anyways, I'm going to go because I think I might need to put the computer on that to see if it wipes the codes off. So I'll catch you soon to know whether or not we've got to do the bearings, get that Yaris on the lift, find out what's going on. I'm going to get this out in a second, and I'll catch up with you soon. Just a quick update on the Altier. What was at fault was this top one was seized. Now it's nicely freed off with some silicone grease. Bottom one, I've done that. But the main issue was this pad, nice and free. I've cleaned it off a little bit there now. But this one here at the back, it's absolutely bone tight. I knew it couldn't have been the caliper at fault, so I'm going to get that knocked out now, gently, clean it up, put it back in, job done. And have a nice free spin. Even there now, it's hard to turn that because that is binding to it that hard. So clean the sliders up, clean the pad up, grease them up, put them back in, job done. Now I'll have a much better running car, because that was binding quite a bit. It was getting quite warm. But as you can see, the one at this side, nice and free, no problems, and the front brakes are all sorted. Just thought I'd do a quick update on that one, guys. Right, that's the Altier done. I wanted that just out the way and done, because it's a bit taking the mickey out my dad when we're busy and I'm doing it. But like I mentioned, I'm getting quite concerned about Holly's car. So I think this afternoon I'll swap the Altier, bring the van back here, update you with a few things I'm doing on that. And I might just let her use my car for the rest of the week, just in case that bearing collapses. I'm not happy with it, and she hasn't got a speedo. So that's that done. Anyways, on to this little 56 plate Polo. I think it's only got like 40,000 mile on or something. And straight away when it came in, it caught my eye. The corrosion at the top of the sills. This area here is fine. And the other side's getting a little bit spongy on the old finger here. You can see where somebody's been touching it in with paint. But it's starting to get really weak. But I'll show you. We're not even going to go any further with this. To be honest, my dad's asked us to put it on the lift, and I don't really see the point. But we'll just take it up. This is in for MOT, by the way. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You're already kind of looking at it right there. Finger and thumb pressure. Not even using the tool. It's just gone. Goodbye. You know what I mean? It's gone right through there. Underneath all that, and it's the same further along. Where was it? The other side. Little bits under here, which if I press hard enough, and here as well, it's not. Look, when you look there, see that's my finger. Just this is my finger, by the way, guys. It's like sponge. Oh dear. I don't want to take the mickey too much, but it is in for MOT. But, you know, there you go. There's a hole into the sill. So, not good. Not the good times. And obviously it's all going up here. I'm not going to touch that too much. Really, the rest of the car is irrelevant. Because, you know, it's actually not too bad under here. It's probably worth getting them sills done, actually. A little 1400, but there we go. So before I'll do a quick pre-check of it. Probably is worth fixing, but just shows you the way things are going at the minute with cars. Rot and more rot. I'll get back to you when we find out what's going on with the brakes on the back of that one. Catch you soon, guys. Hello, guys, and welcome back, as I'm busy eating a biscuit, to Wednesday's vlog. Bit late, cracked on, done a bit of work, and I just about have bought probably the most expensive car, the second most expensive car I've ever bought. May not be to a lot of you guys likings, can't get my words out. Some of you will like it, some of you won't. It's an offer I couldn't refuse. It's a car that I'm going to have a bit of fun with over the summer. Fun, well, it's just an everyday car, but in my opinion, quite nice. I'm going to get a few little bits and bobs done to it, which I will set a separate video of. We'll get it turned round and transformed, and I don't know, see if I'll use it over the summer. If I don't, I'll sell it, I'll get rid of it. One of you guys could have the chance to buy it if you so wish, but we'll leave it at that until I do a separate video on it. On to what's on today. Right, Yaris, everything randomly just turned up when we were told. So got the new brake shoes fitted. I don't know if I told you about this one. It was making a grating noise. A woman was going on like, oh, the car's going down to 5 miles an hour and God knows what. What it was, the little retainers for the shoes had fallen off, and I'll just get into here. It had actually wedged itself. See all that on there? It actually wedged itself inside of the shoes, and also that wheel cylinder what got caught was also seized, causing the brake shoe to completely wear out. So if you look at the lining on the shoe there, out to that edge, there's practically nothing left. So, and that's what was in there rattling about, because these little pins just corrode away to nothing, and they're what hold the shoe to the backing plate. So it's got a full new fitting kit, so new springs, new pins, the whole lot, and on this side a new wheel cylinder because it was seized. This side the cylinder's perfectly fine, so we're just not going to bother replacing that one. Mainly that one was damaged as well. So there we go. The only thing what we're told, if you look, see all the score marks in there, the drums had swollen up that much, they were actually catching the backing plates due to the rust, which I'll show you. On here, that edge there, so it's all crusted up. So, it's not often we do this. I don't often change brake drums, believe it or not. Got a set of brake drums. Yeah, they're just Apex okay when it comes to drums and that. So 2 nice new drums, new shoes, new fitting kit, and 1 new cylinder. All we've got to do when we get 2 minutes is bring it down, and this side, as you can see, it's got the pipe clamp on. You need to bleed the brakes on this side, put the drums on, and adjust up the new shoes to the new drums. It'll probably need to come back in about a month just to have a readjust. They're meant to be auto adjusters, but they never do work properly. So there we go. That'll be that one all done and dusted. Get it out. I've got this Tiguan in. This is quite a different one, actually. It's got the self-parking system on as well, but it's the 2 litre TDI 4Motion, Quattro as we know it. But it's got quite a nice gearbox in, very expensive when they go wrong. A DSG gearbox, but it's got all the self-park there, the P with the steering wheel. Quite a good system, that, where they park themselves. This is just in for a basic service, full service really. Oil and filter, which I've done. Down there, you've got to take this unit off here to get to it. Same engine what's in my Altier. Oil and filter's been done. Air filter been done. Fuel filter, about to do that now. Just wanted to just show you guys a few things. I'll just move this out the way. There's the fuel filter ready to go. But again, there is a few people who go on really anal about dealer parts only and all this. Get yourselves a look on here. So there we go. There's your genuine Audi one. Sorry the phone went there, guys. But anyway, there's your genuine VW one. And there you go. MAN C35154. C35154. So all this about I'm going to the dealers, I need dealer parts for my car. Just find out what brand of filter is fitted to your car. Like I've said, remember, Volkswagen do not make, or Audi or whoever, make an air filter housing. For example, we're talking about the air filter. There's the air filter housing. Volkswagen don't make that, right? Look at this here. See that down there? MAN Hummel. MAN Hummel make that air filter box for VAG. Therefore, buy a MAN filter. You don't need to go to Audi and pay their prices, as you're getting the same part. I just want to say that, even to the best of people. I explain this and it just seems to go over people's head. They don't get it. Like, it's like, I have an Audi, I need an Audi filter. Audi don't make the oil filter box. Audi don't make the oil filter housing, the air filter housing, the fuel filter housing. They don't make it. So you don't need to get genuine Audi, Volkswagen, Ford parts. You can just go out and buy these parts, which are exactly the same, but about a third of the price. Like down here, UFI, you see? UFI. I know it's not a UFI filter, but you've seen it. Use the UFI filters before on the Vauxhalls for the oil filters. So I'm saying, just go out and get a UFI fuel filter, a MAN air filter, and down there, actually had that off, it will say MAN on the oil filter. It's as simple as that, guys. Rant over. I just wanted to say, some people are like, oh, don't get us wrong, like Toyotas. I go to Toyota to get all the service kits because it works out just as cheap. You get the oil filter, air filter, pollen filter and oil in genuine Toyota parts, and it works out cheap. Hence, we've it right here in front of us. All genuine Toyota parts. But you've seen, they're just Denso parts in the boxes. But still, for the price they charge, it's not a bad deal. So anyways, that's what this is in for. The only thing I need to do is plug the scanner in, do a service reset, do the fuel filter. I've already run it. I actually just need to dip the oil. And that's this one diddly done. Because I am quite keen to crack on, and I'm going to get the key for this one to crack on and make things get underway about my new purchase. Because it's a lot of money, a lot more money than I normally spend. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, just looking for the key. Sorry about putting this in my face. Typically, I think my dad's got the key in his pocket. There is one thing, while I'm on with keys, here, the Jag. We're getting the locksmith to look at it. It's decided, and I've got a blank key for the Astra van, which I'm going to get the locksmith this afternoon to quickly cut for us, and then I'll be coding that into the van, because I haven't got a spare key for it, and that key's got a chip in it, so if I lose the remote key and everything, that key will open the doors and start the engine, which is what you want. I'll just try and show you with this Corsa an example of why you should always do your pre-checks before an MOT. I've got a feeling he's took the keys and locked this, which he has. Basically, you might be able to see through the window. Yeah, can you just see at the bottom of that seatbelt down there, where my hand's got the shadow just as it's plugged in? It looks like white kind of thing. It's actually a stress mark. Let's have a look at this side here. There, see on the seatbelt at the that there, how it's all looks mangled. That had been, there's like two little fingers which the seats go on, and somebody had slammed it onto the pin, so I had folded round the pin. It's lucky it's what's the word? It's stressed it, but it's not damaged it in any way for the MOT. It's like creased it really badly. But it took me and my dad 15 minutes of riving on at the back seat, trying to get the clips to undo, to get it out undamaged. And if an MOT examiner had walked in on that and seen you doing that, immediately they know you have not done the seatbelt check on the vehicle. So always do your pre-checks. Always make sure you have everything prepped and ready, so they don't have one up on you. As we all make little mistakes, and that is one thing you cover your own arse for. Excuse me. And that has been in for an oil and filter, air filter check over, and it's away for MOT shortly. So that's what's in today. I'm going to keep it short. Just while I'm on here, I've got some matte black U-Pol paint. Now what I'm going to do, you may have already seen on my van, I've actually got it off at the minute, which I don't like the look of this. Obviously it's a dark blue van, dark bumpers, and this thing at the back here had the security thing, which was like, what would you class that? Grey kind of colour, like a light colour, and it just looked crap on the window. So what I'm going to do is spray that matte black. I was going to get the window tinted, but I've gone against it. I'm going to clean it, obviously. So we plan with that this afternoon. I'm just going to spray it matte black and put it back on, and it'll just look nicer on the window instead of having like frame all over the window, which you've seen it. I'm going to do it before and after, but I've got to get, I was only going to be 40 quid to get the back window tinted, but I've just thought, what's the point? I'll just paint the guard matte black, leave it at that. Just acts a little, I was wanting to have it, excuse me, tinted, but it's just another 40 quid, and it's getting along the lines with that van now. I'm going to stop spending on it and just start using it. So, crack on with all of this. I've been eating the biscuit, I'm choking on it. I'm going to get on with all this. I'll show you the Yaris when it's done, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Just a quick update, guys, on Wednesday's vlog. Obviously got these, the new drums on the Yaris, but you've seen what the state of those were in, so they're nice on. Just need to get this bled up. The new cylinder at this side, as you can see, all the new wheel cylinders at the back there, the new pins. So that's all nicely done. The Tiguan, that's it, finished now. I just need to mop up a little bit of diesel where it dripped from the fuel filter. But like I said, this is the 4Motion one, so it is an absolute shambles up there to get to the EGR valve. I shall show you in a minute with the light. Obviously you've got your prop that runs back to your Heldex clutch system. These need regularly serviced, as well as you've got your you've got the DSG gearbox, which is also quite a expensive job to have serviced. So that's all this done. Coated at these back arms, commonly out on these, so they're nicely done. I'm not doing those shockers because I want to keep an eye in case they start to leak because they're badly corroded. But the subframe on this one is in good nick, so I've just given it a full coating. As you can see, a little advisory on the tyres, they're perfectly fine for now, but they're just starting to crack and perish. Just so he's aware for next year to just keep an eye on them for getting any worse. And the front ones, To be honest, the front ones are about the same. Nothing too bad whatsoever. Just a little word to let him know he might want to consider 4 tyres in about a year's time. See how they get on. But yeah, all plastic covers. And that's it really. That's the little Corsa over there. All done and dusted. And like I said, I'm just going to get on now and spray that grill for the back window on the van. And get that fitted back into place. There's a little bit of area on the roof I want to just touch up with some paint. And that's it. I might show you the grill on the back of the van when it's done, but bar that, I'm going to chill and I want to get home earlier tonight because I've got a lot of things to sort. So I'll catch you probably either when I've done the van or tomorrow's vlog on Thursday. Catch you soon, guys. Right, guys, welcome back to Thursday's vlog. Only going to be a quick one today. I've just been and purchased my new car. A bit different this time. You'll probably already know what it is well before this is produced. This is uploaded. Just quickly today, what's in? There's a little Yaris in. My dad's actually off tomorrow. I forgot to mention this earlier in the week. My dad's actually off tomorrow, so it's just a 3-day week. I'll be in tomorrow, but I'm just going to do a couple of little bits and bobs as and where required. I was meant to be getting the S-Type valeted and stuff, but that's decided to play up, so not good times for that. So, as a Yaris in for service and MOT, it's been serviced, you've seen it a million times before. Toyota parts, oil and filter, air filter, pollen filter, and it's away for MOT now. Bar wiper, not much to speak of. I've been promising, this is Holly's car, promising to get this in for ages because it's been absolutely knackered. I feel really sorry for her. I've offered her to use my cars, but she doesn't want to. She's been driving around now for 3 weeks with no speedo, and for the last few months with an ABS light on, and now finally the bearings failed. It is sounding like an aircraft taking off. So with a bit of free time, I've just utilised it, got the hub off, and it was absolutely falling to bits. That was the ABS ring, the pickup on the bearing, just in tatters. Nothing left of that. So no wonder she had no speedo and an ABS light on. And the bearing itself, it's absolutely knacked, the noise it was making. But what I will say, when we had it on the lift and spun the wheels, no noise whatsoever. We had to just double check before stripping it down, put a chock under the wheel. Definitely that side. So that bearing is making one hell of a noise, but no signs of play. Spinning the wheel, no signs of failure. So there you go, just goes to show. That would be a full pass on an MOT, no issues. But yet, it's knackered. But this is the new one, as you can see. This is the ABS ring built onto the back, and on the other one, that has just absolutely obliterated itself to nothing. That's not off us hitting it or anything to get it off, that's just how it was. So there's a nice SKF original equipment. I've just been careful and drop this bearing hub to go back on. So what I'm doing now with the air tool is cleaning up the seat for the bearing. But it's not the bearing, it's just basically where the carrier sits in. Into here, I'm going to clean up this area, get it into place. It bolts in from the back with these when I find them. Nice new ones. The other ones were knackered. Torques, which are a nightmare to get to because they're in back over in the CV joint. Gets in your way quite a lot. So again, it's a bit of a fiddly job. So get that back into place. Brake disc back on. Caliper carrier. Calipers hung up there out the way. So there we go. And while I'm putting everything back in, I'm just going to clean up the brake carrier slides so the caliper's nice and slack, the pads, all the rest of it. So as well as getting the bearing done, it's getting like a full overhaul as well. The only other thing this car's desperate for is a service. I haven't got time today. I need to get the car back to her. I would have done it tomorrow when I had time, but I don't know if she'll be comfortable taking... I don't really want to take my brand new car. I'm just getting my brand new car, new to me, a new car to her shop because there's a load of little scroats around there who go around vandalising cars, and I don't really want to park there, to be honest with you. So I'll probably just get our car in sometime next week when I get 5 minutes to do the service. Or depending on how quickly I get this built up now, I might just bang the fuel filter, the air filter in, and deal with the oil separately as a separate job. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll see how much I get done today. See what my fettle's like. So anyways, that's it for today, guys. Just a short one. There's nothing really to see. We're building this back up. And tomorrow, it's not going to be much either, but I'm trying to keep the vlogs a bit shorter, so maybe 2 days knocked off isn't a bad thing. Catch you soon. Hello guys, just a quick one to finish off Friday's vlog. To be honest, my dad's off today, having a bit of me time, plus doing a bit of work. So what we got in, just to quickly show you, you'll all recognise this, and you'll recognise him, Simon, and you'll recognise the A6. I was just saying, definitely one of the best miles per gallons I've ever recorded, ever, for especially a car of this size. 60 confirmed 62 miles to the gallon to Liverpool and back. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I do honestly miss this car. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. So that's this. We're just gonna fit some wind deflectors to it. Unfortunately, I'm going to end the video here, so I'll not be able to show you the finished product, but Simon will be back and forth to the garage anyway, so I'll show you when it's done. What else? Yeah. Right, got this Yaris in. It's really windy. There's a weather warning today, so I'm stopping back here because it is so windy, just to show you. There you go. That's why I'm standing here. So, that Yaris has got a bit of a squeak on the front brake. Going to have a quick look at that. And that's Holly's car busy running over there so I can check the oil. Right, I'm going to go back inside now. And that's done. Wheel bearing done. Wait, hub done. So now she's got our speedo back, ABS light off, and it doesn't sound like an aircraft taking off. It's had a service. Oil filter, air filter, fuel filter. The pollen filter is here. But I've explained there's a bit of an issue with the door on the pollen filter. It's actually the heater box that's damaged, not the door. Otherwise, I would just replace it. Not going to faff with that. It's too windy to be having the door brain into me back when I'm trying to take all the glove box out. So that's for another day. The main important thing is the main service items are done and the wheel bearing. So that's it, guys. I'm just going to leave that one here. The van is stopping in this weekend because I've got the new car. I may as well say what it is, the CHR, because that video will be released before this. And I fancy having a big go at my new car over the weekend. It's an absolute shit tip inside, I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to enjoy using it too much till it's validated next week. May as well use it, because I've got both kids this weekend anyway, so the van's not really going to be of much use. So what I might do on Sunday, when I've got both the kids and the dogs, I might let Holly take... Holly's had the new car for me now all day yesterday and all day today. I've never even driven it hardly myself. She's nicked it off us while her car's been in here. So no doubt she'll want to take that to work on Sunday, and I'll take her car with the two dogs in on Sunday and Monday, and she can use that. So that's how it's going to go. I've got some stuff involved that I want to do with the new car, but I'm not putting it too much into the vlogs. So I'm going to keep it separate, and there's a few things I've been doing with the van, again, which I'm keeping on separate vlogs for the van. So I'll leave that there for this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please consider hitting the like. If you haven't already done so, I don't know why you wouldn't have. Hit the subscribe, and if you've got anything to say, leave a comment, and I'll catch you on next week's vlog, which I know these are massively out of sync now, so you'll have to excuse us. I'm running about 2 weeks behind. I have been doing vlogs every week. I haven't missed any out. I've just been too busy to upload them, to be quite honest. So I'm not missing any weeks. You aren't missing any time. We're just running sort of a week or two behind, that's all. So you'll have to excuse what I'm talking about may not match up to exactly what's happening right now, what you'll probably be seeing on the Facebook page. So I'll catch you next week on Tuesday.